Hi everyone! So, everyone knows the infamous Animal Crossing franchise with Elizabeth, the Nooks, dear old KK Slider. You see the title of the video. You know what we're doing here. But before we start, can I say how much I adore these little games? The first Animal Crossing I played was on mobile, the Pocket Camp, and then I really wanted the one that came on the Switch during quarantine. I saw Berlin play it and another YouTuber who I watched during the pandemic, Apple Cheeks, and she played on her Switch Lite. And I said, my dopamine needs that. Unfortunately, it was $60. And it's still $60. What are we doing? I wasn't broke. No, I wasn't broke. But I just didn't want to spend $60 on a Switch game. Like Xbox, I think I get Xbox, but like a Switch game? But then I found out that they also had an Animal Crossing mobile game. I downloaded it immediately and I loved it. I was never really one for mobile games, but that was a must to have, especially since after the depressing fall of Ruby Amenity Arena. Pocket Camp was my first official introduction to Animal Crossing, and I fell in love with these little critters. I, of course, have my own absolute favorites, and majority of them are in my camp, in my cabin, but they're all so charming to me. On Pocket Camp, there's a total of 11 themes. There's natural, rustic, hip, harmonious, elegant, modern, cool, cute, sporty, historical, and civic. Harmonious is my favorite. You can tell by my campsite. There are a handful of animals in each category. In my contact list, I will be going in order of each theme, and I'll do 3 of each theme. 3 of my favorite or 3 of the most intriguing characters to look at. And I'm going in order in my contacts. I'll be starting with the natural, and a handful of these villagers are so cute to me. Like Alfonso, Dottie, Teddy, Fauna, and of course Daisy. But I think I'll just do Lolly, Ione, and Bo. Since Lolly's special request item is a slushie machine, I might draw her with like a slushie in her hand. Her original tea is a nag tea, so I'll find something that fits that aesthetic. Ione seems to like stars and constellations, so I'll have something star-like for her. And her special request item, it's a star projector. Her original tea is a twinkle tea, so I'll definitely have to have some stars on her or something. Although in the New Horizons, she's wearing like a futuristic top. I forgot what it's called. I just searched it up. It's called an Astro dress. But yeah, she's wearing that in the New Horizons. But since I don't have New Horizons, I'm gonna keep the twinkle tea for her. And Bo, my sweet boy. His special request item is a bonfire, so maybe I'll have him eating a s'more. His original shirt is a deer shirt, and it gives like log cabin vibes. I feel like he has like 5 pairs of corduroy pants in his arsenal. Definitely some cardigans. Maybe Birkenstocks or some house slippers. I don't know which one. He might have both. He just might have both. I feel like he has both. So since I'm totally going through art block right now, I obviously use like one picture from Pinterest for each of these characters. 1 or 2. I think 1 mostly. So in the order of how I drew these 3 characters, I went from Lolly to Ione to Bo. And to begin with, for Lolly, I literally didn't know what to do. But I was like, you know what? Don't think too hard. Just go for it. Just totally go for it. And I did. I was like, you know what? Skip all the anatomy stuff. I'll just do what I'm comfortable with, which is eyeballing everything. And that's what I did. And I gave her a little slushie and everything. And I kept her eyeballs this like as close as I could to her Animal Crossing character, because I didn't want to like make her eyeballs normal. I wanted to keep them the way they are in Animal Crossing. And I really was having trouble like how to incorporate the stripes into her. But I was like, okay, I'll give her a nice little slick back hair, and I'll put 3 strands of that dark navy blue at the front section of her hair, and I'll give her an undershirt and have that undershirt have her stripes on it. And I was like, you know what? Genius. For her shirt, I really didn't know what to do either. So I just ended up putting like a lollipop on it because her name's Lolly or whatever. I didn't want it to be plain. So, and I also didn't want to have another pattern on her shirt when she already had a pattern on her skirt, which is I believe the tartan. I think that's what the shirt's called. But yeah, so I did that. Instead of having the tartan as her shirt, I did it for her skirt. Why? I don't know. Oh, you know what? I know. Because for all these for all these images, I was using one photo from Pinterest for, their clothes, because I was like, I'm creative, but I'm not that creative. So I was like, yeah, let me just go to the old Pinterest and look at what I can find. So I found this photo of a girl in a few different outfits, but they all have the same format to them. It's just a shirt and then a patterned dress. So I just gave that for a lolly. And for the background, I literally didn't know what to do. So I just put I just used the background from the cards, the Animal Crossing cards, and I put another color in the back. So yeah, that's Lolly. Moving on to Ione. Ione, I didn't know what to do for her either. I was lost the whole time. I was like, dang, what am I gonna do for this squirrel? And what pose am I gonna do? And again, I completely just winged it. I thought about looking at inspiration photos for like poses and stuff, but I was like, I don't want to do all that. So I just went with my gut, and I was like, you know what's cool? A big star backpack. I like backpacks that are cool. Like, isn't that cool to just walk around with a big star backpack? Or like Steven Universe's burger. I love his burger backpack. Oh my god, obsessed with it. So I gave her a star backpack. Is there a zipper on it? No. I wasn't gonna do all that. Nice little star backpack because I wanted to incorporate the fact that she likes stars, but I don't want to put it in her shirt. But I did put it on her pants because in the Pinterest photo, as you can see, the outfit, the jeans, it has a rose on it, a light blue rose, and it has like a ribbon wrapped around her leg. But instead of a rose, I just switched it out with a star, and I was like, genius, absolutely genius. But yeah, as you can see, I used Pinterest again, and I made her outfit from it, stripes and all. Did I draw out those stripes? No, that's too much work for me. So I just used the stripe marker. I used the stripe pattern from Procreate, and I put it over there. They were originally diagonal, but I made them vertical. As for her face and her hair, I really just kept it short, like how it is in squirrel form. Well, it's not, she doesn't really have much hair in squirrel form. It's more like a toupee, because it's bald in the back, Most of them are bald in the back. But yeah, I just made it short. Nice little pixie cut. Blonde pixie cut. And I made her eyelashes blonde as well. Because, I mean, in her regular Animal Crossing form, I don't know what you would call those. Is that like her eyelids or is that her eyelashes? I don't know which one it is, but either way, I made her eyelashes blonde to match her hair. Now, whether those are her eyelashes or her eyeliner, I don't know. But for the human version, it's her eyelashes. And I also did her little blue little things on the corners of her eyes. Sparkles on the tail. And I thought about putting blue lipstick. At first, I didn't really like it that much, but I ended up keeping it because I feel like her personality is, it's a little diva-ish. As I seen on her bio. It was like, so the quote in her Animal Crossing wiki is like, I was born under a lucky star. So, you know, I feel like she has a certain energy to her. Well, not energy, but I feel like she holds herself high, which we love that. Self-love is very important. Give yourself self-love. It's very important. Oh, and her home request is a diva dwelling. If that isn't enough for you, for her to need lipstick, then you're crazy. I thought about eyeliner too. Not eyeliner, eyeshadow, but I was like, it looks weird, so I took it off. And yeah, that was it for Ione. And I used the same background as her card as well. And the number and everything, and her birthday. And that's it.
Good!
For Ione. Moving on to Bo. Wow! My beautiful, beautiful boy. So for Bo, I was really, like, I literally didn't know what to do. I was like, this is so much pressure because it's like, I love him so much. And if I make him look bad, I'm gonna hate it. If he doesn't look like him to me, I'm gonna hate it. And I'm just gonna want to throw the whole project away. So I also got his thing off of Pinterest too. And I was thinking about 2 outfits for him. Not 2 outfits, but like, I was between 2 outfits. Just like there was a girl in a striped sweater. I'll just put it on the screen. Why am I making myself work more hard? You can see it was a girl with a sweater and like brown pants. And it was between a boy. Well, not a boy. A guy. Little guy. And he had a nice little snuggy little cardigan on. And some baggy khaki pants. And I don't know what those shoes are. But he looks so cute. The guy really, it gives off Bo to me. It gives off Bo vibes. Minus the glasses. I was thinking about putting glasses on Bo, but I was like, no. That's too much. Don't do that. That's too much. But his scraggly hair and like his like sharp features, but yet soft. I was like, he looks like Bo. He's giving Bo vibes. And for Bo, I knew it was going to be harder for me because I'm not the best at drawing guys, unfortunately. I used to be pretty adequate at it, but now I feel like I totally suck. But then I draw a guy, and I'm like, I did that. That was me. I did that. But like, I have low confidence when drawing male characters. So I was like, this is one of my favorite little villagers, and I'm drawing him. This is a lot of pressure. I'm worried. What if I don't like the way he comes out? It'll just bring my whole spirits down. I have to get him perfect. have to get him right. And so I just went for it. So earlier I mentioned that I was going to give him s'mores because his request item is a campfire. So I was like, I can't draw fire, so let's just give him some s'mores. Me personally, I am a s'more lover. I love me a good s'more. And so I started off with a basic head shape, and I wanted to make him, because this angle that you're seeing him drawn in, it's my comfort angle for faces. So I made him turn that way because the other girls were turned the other way. So I was like, you know what? This is easy for me because I can make his face normal, and if I don't have to struggle with making his face the other side. And so I put the cardigan on him. I gave him little s'mores, and I did not touch his face yet. I was worried. And then I started with the face, the eyes. And I made them droopy and sleepy, like how he is in his little card. And his hair, oh my god. I was struggling so much with his hair. And then I stuck with the first style that I had, because I was like, it looks fine enough. I put little ears, little deer ears, and I had thought about making his nose red. Well, not red, but like making it dark like a deer. Cause once I got to coloring, you know, I'll just show you once we get there. Yeah, so I thought about making his nose dark and giving him more deer-like features, and I also give him freckles because I don't know, it's cute. Whatever, he's supposed to be cute. I made him cute. And this is me lining the art up a little bit, cleaning it up as much as I can. Is it totally clean? No. Do I feel like totally cleaning it? Not really. And I put the little pockets and everything. And I started out with the s'mores first because I felt like I didn't want to give the s'mores an outline because, you know, it would just mess up the whole flow of everything. So I did the s'mores just like freehand, just colors and blocks and blobs, and I put it all together. Did a little bit of cleaning, added some shading to make it look a little 3D. I put the little dots on the graham crackers, and I gave them like this material over it. And I was about to do the worst thing ever when it comes to drawing. Like I found this hack out, and it literally saved my life for when you're rendering. Oh my god, it helps so much. Like doing an outline of your character, or like the outline of the line that they're in with a color, and then going over it with the flat colors. Oh my god, it saved my life, because if I didn't have that hack, oh my god, I'd be struggling to this day with drawing anything. But this hack right here, bliss, simple bliss. It gives me so much serotonin to just have an easy way to do things. And so I made his hair orange because his fur is orange. But then I was looking at it and I was like, Nick Wilde? Human form? Nah, this isn't Nick. This isn't Nick. I have to make him not look like Nick. And oh my goodness. I just kept looking at him and seeing Nick Wilde. And it was bothering me. And I think it had to do something with the green as well. The green that I outlined him with. So I immediately had to put the blue over. Had to make the cardigan blue. Because I was like, get it out of my head. I can't. And then I did the rendering, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Rendering, whatever. Who cares? It's so... You know what? Like, over the years, I used to hate rendering a lot, but sometimes it's not so bad. Sometimes I'm just like,
you need to calm down and enjoy this a little bit. Slow down, relax. You're making art here. No need to struggle. And then I struggle with the shirt. I did multiple patterns on it from the Procreate, like Arsenal, or whatever you want to call it. I used a bunch of the brushes from the Procreate gallery, whatever you want to call it. And some of the patterns made him look like he was in a hospital, like he was a patient. And I was like, oh, no. We can't have that. He's not a hospital patient. He's a log cabin dweller. He loves his log cabins. So I just decided to go with this pill-shaped pattern. I don't know what you would call it. And I just kept it as that. And he looks cozy. I'd wear that shirt and that cardigan. And then after this, I added his little buttons and his little holes in the cardigans. And I actually styled his buttons after these corduroy pants that I'm wearing right now. Well, that I was wearing while I was drawing him. And they have like a little. It's not like a full black button. It has like a little. I'll just show a picture of it. Who cares? I also wanted to make his pants corduroy, but I was like, I can't draw corduroy, so we're not gonna do all that. And in the end, I moved his freckles from the sketch layer to the front layer. I changed it into a more like reddish brownish color, of course. And I got his nose his nose little, I don't know what you would call it, his little dipper nose. I got his little dipper nose and brought it to the front. And since I was looking at his shirt in his Animal Crossing form, I was like, how am I going to be able to replicate that pattern onto his shirt? And I was like, I'm not doing all that. So I stuck with the little pill shapes on his shirt. And I gave him little deers on his cardigan pockets instead. And I found this pixel brush art off of online. And I found this pixel art brush off of, I was about to say again, online. And I think it's pretty cute. They're really small, but like you can tell that it's a pixel. It's a pixel like type beat. So that's where I incorporated his beard likeness. And for the background, I gave him his card background. And for the color, I made it the same as Lolly's because both of their cards are the same anyways. So I just made it the same color. And I might do that for most of the villagers who have the same card backgrounds. And I really thought about doing this on my my drawing tablet, my drawing display, but I was like, nah, I feel like an iPad is more efficient for me, especially since like Lolly took 2 hours and like 40 minutes. Ione took 2 hours and 29 minutes. Bo, come closer. Bo took me 4 hours and 11 minutes to complete. But you know what the crazy part is? It didn't even feel like 4 hours to me. Where are these hours coming from? I don't get it. But he took me 4 hours to make. My God, it didn't even feel like that. And I'm kind of glad it didn't. Because if it felt like 4 hours, I think I would be way more upset. But I was happy with the results of all of them. Bo looks perfect. He looks exactly how I imagine him, and I love him. Is he my new background? Maybe. So yeah, I ended up drawing everything on my tablet because the simple fact that I was taking about 2 hours. Well,
let's say an average about 3 hours on each of these drawings. And having my MacBook run on high for 3 hours while I'm drawing something, it would have been like an atomic bomb. It would have blew up the whole neighborhood. I wasn't having it. And the thing about drawing on my MacBook is I have to pause constantly to let it cool down. And also the battery runs out pretty quick because it's giving a lot of power into my drawing display. So it's kind of draining it. So yeah, that's all my 3 characters, and well, not my characters. Nintendo, don't come for me. That's all the characters that I drew in my little thing. So yeah, that's the end of the video of me drawing Animal Crossing characters in human form, starting with the natural ones, and I'll have the cute ones in about a week, maybe. Give me a week. Give me a good week. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you stayed till the end, and I'll probably post this on my TikTok or my Instagram. And yeah, have a good day. Drink some water. Look in the mirror. Give yourself some affirmations. Bye-bye. So I was just trying to finish my thumbnail for this video. Minding my business. Oh my god, stop focusing. It broke. It broke. My Apple Pencil tip. It broke. I'm just trying to finish the thumbnail. Don't mind Garrett Watts. I was just trying to finish the thumbnail and it broke.